The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh, got my hustle on, no imitation of fad. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throbbing my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Earnestly Podcast coming to you Tuesday night, late Tuesday night, February 4th, 2025, actually. Doing this a little day earlier than usual, doing the scheduling conflicts with, of course, the man, our favorite degenerate, America's favorite degenerate, of course, Zachary. Zach, what's up, boy? You look tired there, bud. Working hard?
Oh, man. I am looking so forward to Sunday. Have a full day off.
Is that your first day off in the weeks?
My first full day and night, that would be my first day since Thanksgiving.
Wow. What are you going to do at that time? Other than watch Super Bowl, of course.
Probably, get drunk and high and lose a lot of money betting.
And this is why we call him the degenerate. Well, today, I mean, this is the final show we're going to be doing for football season. And we are here, finally. Super Bowl 59 is upon us. Eagles and Chiefs, part 2. And before we get to our best bet of the game, we're going to go through, as we've been doing the last couple of years, we're going to do this year as well, too. We're going to go through some prop bets, actually, for the game. So I have 25 different questions and whatnot and items to go through, and we'll probably dive some analysis throughout the these prop bets, actually. So, and also on the back end of the show, we'll discuss the NBA trend deadline, which is, as of this recording, less than 48 hours away from arriving. So, got that big Luka trade to talk about. I know you and I have off the record had some commentary on that. We'll bring out to the masses and give your take. I mean, people already know how I feel about the trades. I did a Mercy podcast with my father and my brother on Sunday morning. And so they know how I feel about that. So I'll let you have your piece about the Luka trade and where this thing goes. But okay, football first. Prop bet time. All right. So question number 1, Zachary. Well, I should say that I should say that last question for the picks, because So question number 1 actually will be the opening coin toss. Will it be heads or tails?
You always bet tails, man.
Why is that? Why is that? It's because the tail.
It's lucky, and man, what do you want? You always want ass over head.
Good answer, for the record. Good answer. All right, I'm with you. I'll go tails as well too. Who will be the first team to score, Zachary?
Oh, that's probably gonna be Philly.
I'm there too. Also, I think Philadelphia is the first team to score in this game. I think they'll score 3 points. Get the ball first and score a field goal by Jake Elliott. All right.
Yeah, I think it'll be Saquon with a touchdown.
Which, so I guess your first question, next question would be, will the first score of the game be a touchdown? I said no, because I think it'll be a field goal. You said yes, because of Saquon, right?
That's it.
Woo, okay. Question 4. Will there be a touchdown scored from 45 yards or more?
Yes. Saquon's got a streak right now, man.
I want to say no. I think he'll score from 30 yards out, probably not 45 yards or more. I think Kansas City's teams will keep them bottled up by their when I say bottled up, I mean you're not going to stop Saquon, but you'll keep him with he won't run a 60-yarder on these guys for that way, but he'll probably throw run for 30-something yarder, not 45. I'll say no on that one. All right, next one here. Will there be a field goal made from 45 yards or more? I say yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's like a shoo-in at this point.
Yeah, because both of these teams believe in kicking field goals.
Of course. All right. Will any player rush for 100 yards or more in this game? I say yes. Like on Barkley, 100 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, and I said this too. Also, my early analysis of the game was like if James Cook for the Buffalo Bills can rush for 85 yards and 13 carries against a very stout Kansas City defense, what the hell is Saquon Barkley gonna do? Come on now, James Cook, tier 2 running back. Tier 2.
You mean tier 3? But yeah.
Okay, tier 3, whatever you want to call it. But tier 1 is obviously Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry.
That's it.
And I guess Christian McCaffrey going to go that far if he stays healthy.
Not even at Christian McCaffrey anymore.
Ooh, that's a hot take there, buddy. Okay, interesting. All right. Will a quarterback pass for more than 300 yards? I'm going to say no.
No, I don't even think quarterback does for over 250.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, if there's a quarterback who does do this, which quarterback is likely to do it? 2 and 2.
I would actually lean towards Patrick Mahomes just because.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. Kansas City doesn't have the kind of run game. You're not expecting Kansas City to have less than 350 total yards of offense, right? So if you're expecting them to put up more than 350 total yards of offense, it's going to come because Patrick Mahomes throws for 300 yards passing.
As much logic as in that I do tend to see your point there, and I almost agree with you. I still think because of the weapons that Jalen Hurts has, and to boot, 2 years ago he did this. I think Jalen Hurts is still probably the likely guy because of the weapons. A couple of bombs to AJ Brown will open that up pretty quickly. But again, I see a point with Patrick Mahomes on that one. All right. Will there be more than 2 interceptions in this game? I'm going to say no, actually. I think it's going to be a clean game.
Yeah. I mean, we're saying more than 2, so 2 is a push,
total,
right?
2 be the push, and I think it's total for between both teams. I say no.
Yeah. So I would also go no because
I might see 1 maybe. That's about it. And if I think it's gonna be a clean game, honestly.
Yeah, I see Philly running all day long. So
yeah. All right. Will there be a score within the first 7 minutes of the game? I say yes. A field goal opening.
Yeah.
Will there be more than 12 points scored in the first quarter? I'm going to say no.
Ooh, and I say yes.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense.
If the Eagles win this game,
at least not in the first half.
Well, you'll see my best bet though, and I mean we can get to that, but yeah, I think early on, I think you'll feel that process first quarter anyway. Will the defense or special teams of either team score? I'm going to say no.
I'm with you. No,
I don't see any. I say a clean game, so I don't. I say no on that one. Will there be a score within the first 7 minutes of the second half? I'll go no.
No. I'm the other way. I'll go yes.
Okay. All right. Will there be more than 25 points scored by halftime?
Ooh, that was tough. I'll say no, just under 24.
So I was thinking the same thing too. Same idea, like 13-10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
14-10. This to be different, I'll say yes. It'll be more. This be different there. All right. Will there be more than 4 total sacks in the game? I say no.
Ooh, I think yes on this. Now, you asked how many sack yards, it'd be different. I don't think it's going to be a bunch of deep sacks. I think it's going to be like Jalen Hurts getting sacked a yard or 2 behind the line of scrimmage. Patrick Mahomes getting dragged down a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Will there be more than 3 successful field goals in the game? More than 3? That's a good number, actually. 3. It's a great number, actually. I'll say no. I think 3 is a number.
And I'll say yes.
Either more than 3? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Will either team score in the final 2 minutes of the first half? I see either team, either one. So I go yes. That one.
Absolutely, yes. Because, I mean, almost every game this season has a score right before half.
Yeah. Especially these two teams also. Will either team score in the final 2 minutes of the game? I definitely say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely say yes to that one. Will this game be decided by more than 4 points? That's toughy. That's gun time predictions there. I'm gonna say no.
And I'll say yes.
Ooh. Okay. Will a quarterback score a touchdown? So I guess it'd be passing, or is that passing included? Is that just a touchdown?
I think that's just rushing.
Oh, I say yes. Just push time. Still hurts.
Yeah, that would be the only way, but I'm going to say no.
Really? So you don't see him touch push in this game? At the goal line?
I think it's all going to be Saquon if it's a rushing touchdown.
Interesting. Will the losing team score more than 17 points? I say yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Other than 0-0, will there be a tie score at any point in the game? I say yeah.
Yeah, me too. 10-10.
10, yeah, I like that. 10-10. It's good. All right. Will there be more than 3 turnovers in the game?
No.
Yeah, I say no also too. There'll be a clean game like I told you. Will the winning team score more than 32 points? That's a tough one.
32, yeah.
More the winning team 132? That's interesting. Because if I think if Philly wins the game, it's because they scored more. They scored. They played their game. Casey's got to play keep away. I say yes because you'll get to my prediction in a second. Will there be more than 50 points scored in the game? I say yes.
Yes.
All right, and final question: who will be the winning team? I have Philly winning this game right now. Still haven't moved on that bet.
I agree with you. I'd bet Philly money line.
Philly money line, interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's 1.5 right now, I believe. So why, if you think Philly's gonna win, why wouldn't you take the extra little point?
Yeah,
the extra little money.
So I was Philly after championship weekend. I was Philly to win championship weekend, but I figured, okay, let me sit on this for a couple of days, and maybe the next week I'll have a definitive answer, see the injury report, and nothing's really changed really in the last week or so. Like obviously I'm rooting for Kansas City to win the game, but
Me too.
but I just like who's the better team overall, better roster. I mean, if you compare this game to the game 2 years ago, Philadelphia is significantly better than they were 2 years ago.
I agree.
KC at best is the same team they were 2 years ago at best. Some may argue a little worse.
Yeah, and so, well, I said I think it's smart to bet Philly money line. I'd actually do an alternate line, take Philly -3 or -2.5, something like that, just to get a better payout. Because
Yeah.
I see Philly winning by more than 3. So
All right, look for more prop bets for us to play with here. Okay, let's see Super Bowl. All right, so here's some prop bets here. Patrick Mahomes passing yards. What's your runner on this thing? There's no more prop bets here. I don't see the prop bets.
yeah, and I think
there it is. Okay. I can pass here. All right, here we go. Patrick Mahomes over under 255 yards passing over under. I go under.
Yeah, I'm going under.
Yeah, I go under that one. What about Jalen Hurts 213.5? This is actually going to be tough because he has weapons to go over 213, but their formula has been everything but.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd go over on 213.
Yeah, me too. If I had to place a bet, in fact, I may parlay that. It's low enough, man. Right? It's low enough to take a chance on it, right? All right. Passing touchdowns. So Pat Mahomes over under 1.5.
Oh, I'll take the over on that.
That's the over. Kelsey get at least one, and then he'll probably throw another one to one of those receivers. What about Jalen Hurts? Same number, 1.5.
Oh, I'll take the under.
Under that one?
Yeah.
I like that one. I like that. All right. Let me see. Interceptions. Pat Mahomes. Half point.
Ooh, I'd take him throwing one interception.
Yeah, I might go over on that one too. Also, same for Jalen Hurts.
I don't actually see Jalen Hurts throwing an interception.
Mm, probably because they don't have the ball much. Probably also have the ball. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. All right, let's go to rushing yards here. Saquon Barkley over under 112 and a half rushing yards.
Oh, that's easy over.
Think so?
Oh yes,
Okay.
easy
They
over.
said it pretty nice. I'm gonna go over as well too, just because of for the vibes. Just for the vibes. Kareem Hunt over on number rushing yards at 45 and a half.
At 45 and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take the over on that.
Yeah, me too. What about Jalen Hurts rushing yards over under 38 and a half?
I would take the under in that.
Likewise, take that as well too. Pat Mahomes, same thing. 30 and a half. 30 and a half rushing yards, Pat Mahomes.
Oh, I'd take the under in that one as well.
Okay. All right, let's go to receptions here. Receiving first. Okay. AJ Brown over under 70 and a half passing yard receiving yards. AJ Brown.
Oh, I'd take the under because unless he gets a big bomb,
Yes.
he's not going to get enough catches to reach that kind of number.
I might take the over just because he might get a bomb in that one. I think he'll get these two catches, and one will get for like 50 something yards, and the other one will be like probably 20 something, and that's it. All right, Travis Kelce over under 62 and a half receiving yards.
I'll take the over in that.
Really?
Yeah. It's the Super Bowl, man.
I get it, man. Yeah, I'll go over. Fuck it. I'll go over with you. What about Xavier Worthy? 55 and a half receiving yards.
That one's tough because it's either going to be one catch or nothing. So I'm going to go under.
I'm going under two also. Devonta Smith, 51 and a half receiving yards.
I'll take the under in that. But that one's tough. That one's more likely to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go over on that one actually. All right. Dallas Goedert, 50 and a half receiving yards.
I'll take the over in that.
Yeah, me too. I think Dallas Goedert. I think he's the one who's in this. If anything, he'll scoot the most yards. Most likely get more targets. Hollywood Brown, 42 and a half. I go under.
Ooh, at 42 and a half, I'll take the over.
You will.
Yeah.
Okay. And about Juju Smith-Schuster, 13 and a half.
I'll take the over on that.
How was DeAndre Hopkins at only 11 and a half receiving yards? Is he really falling? Is he falling in favor?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I bet you his targets is only going to be three and a half for the game. So if you're doing over under.
Right, true. All right. Let me see.
I can't believe you didn't look at like multiple touchdowns for Saquon.
Let's look right now. Looking for the touchdown scores. Multiple touchdowns. So Saquon Barkley, there's no over under in this one actually. It's just two. This is odds.
Yeah, money line.
2 plus 225 for Saquon Barkley. 2 plus touchdowns.
Yeah, I would take that.
You would take that?
Yeah, I see him definitely getting 2 touchdowns.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. Let me see any more receiving yards. Let me see the props for MVP. Because the odds to MVP hasn't changed. I think it's still Mahomes 1 and then Saquon 2.
Yeah.
What's your best bet for MVP? Like nice bet.
Saquon. I mean, I expect Saquon to get 25 plus carries. I think he's going to have 150 plus rushing yards, multiple touchdowns. I think they're going to feed him so that when he doesn't win MVP for the regular season, they're going to be, look at what he did during the playoffs. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He's the real MVP.
Yeah. I hope Joe Shane's bitch ass is there at the game.
Who?
Joe Shane, the Giants GM. Hope he's at the game watching. You know, say that's your boy. You know, you let him go for nothing. Good job. But you pay the other guy with a beard, $40 million a year, and then that same motherfucker is not even on the team anymore. Ooh, did I say out
That's
loud?
why you only guaranteed 2 years, man.
And by the way,
You never.
that's spread on another one. So okay, so finally for a game, here we go. The best bet: Chiefs and Eagles. The Chiefs are 1-point favorites. The over under, Zachary, is 49. Your best bet for this game is what?
Eagles.
Oh, +1 Eagles.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I literally believe in betting them to win money line. So yeah.
I want to say that because I think they win the game. I don't want to put that kind of juju on.
Why not?
I'm hoping that me picking them actually means I jinx them. That'd be great.
I know, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? Fuck Philly.
Yeah, it's always about feeling this fuck between you and I. Come on now. Best bet though, honestly, I love the over. I love the over in this game. There's gonna be a lot of scoring in this game.
Yeah.
So I'll take the over on that one. So there is Super Bowl 59. Hopefully we get the result we want. You and I. We want Taylor Swift and company to win that one. First repeat. If this happens, if the Chiefs do win this game, and I can't remember exactly where you stand on this, but I asked Kyle this earlier in the podcast, and I'll ask you now. The Mahomes legacy, the Andy Reid legacy. Where do you stand on that now? That'll be 4 rings. That's the first three-peat in the Super Bowl era. And he's still 29 years old with 4 rings, and is the guy that does it. What does that put? What does that give you? How are you viewing Patrick Mahomes Monday morning and Andy Reid Monday morning if they win this game?
Andy Reid, greatest coach.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even think it could now become a question. Because Belichick had, who is supposedly the greatest quarterback in history, greatest player, and Tom Brady.
Uh-huh.
He had him for 20 plus years, and he was basically considered the greatest coach. You take Andy Reid, who went to a Super Bowl in Philly with a guy that most people never gave the kind of credit to that he probably deserved in McNabb.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets a generational quarterback and does nothing but go to the Super Bowl. I think you have to say Andy Reid is the greatest coach of all time. For Patrick Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little different. I think Patrick Mahomes, in order to be the greatest quarterback ever, still has to win a ring in his mid to late 30s.
That's interesting.
Because right now, you're just taking early prime.
Right.
It's hard to give a guy greatest of all time for just winning in early prime.
Yeah, but he also wanted before his prime too. Also, like somebody argue his prime was probably started a couple of years ago, but he's pulling up record numbers on the word go.
Man, this ain't basketball. This is football. This is prime. Quarterbacks didn't last till 35 until recently. So
Right. So stack them while you can. I like your point there also. Do you agree though that it won't require 7 for Mahomes to pass Brady?
oh, absolutely.
Doesn't require 7, right?
No, I think 5 does it.
Yeah. I was saying
But that,
4. I was saying possibly 4, but 5 will do it. The 3-peat does. I will say the 3-peat does help his case though.
I just think he has to have one in his mid to late 30s.
I mean, assuming he plays that long.
Yeah, well, if he retires early, I think it hurts his chances of being considered the greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah. On the
And I
Eagles
could be
side,
wrong on that one. I mean, it could change next week for me, but
right. On the Eagles side, though, Nick Sirianni is going through a lot of hell in Philly, up and down Philadelphia. This guy was end of the year last year, this time on the hot seat, was probably on the hot seat 4 weeks in the season, and now he's back in the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 years. I know he's not very well liked by many across the league, but gotta give this dude his props here, man. What will a Super Bowl title do for him? Does it change perception of Nick Sirianni?
I think it might give him 2 years of relaxation in Philly. That's about it. Which is that tells you how bad that city is.
Yeah, the fans are tough.
No, their fans are morons. But
Oh Jesus!
no, literally, you got to coach. You
I
had
don't
a
disagree
coach
with you
in
for the
Andy
record,
Reid. You had a coach in Andy Reid. You still basically ran out of town.
but I think Andy Reid thing got stale though. To be honest with you, he went 4-12 last year. No, I'm not saying that he should have gotten fired for the record, but I'm saying that he went 4-12 last year. I think folks were just okay, let's trust him in you.
Yeah. Then you run out. How long did Doug Peterson get after winning a Super Bowl with a
2 years
backup
after.
quarterback?
2
Yeah.
years after. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got Nick Sirianni, who could be in, 2 Super Bowls?
Yep.
I mean, look, they don't give leeway, and it tells you how dumb they are. It's so hard to get there. So few coaches can do it and get there multiple times, and you have no problem running them off.
These jokers act like it's so easy to get there. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst part.
Yeah,
It ain't
go
easy,
ask
brother.
Dallas.
You think they would know from based on just how everyone what their home division is saying. I mean, it makes no sense at all. But hey, it is what it is, man. So Super 49, Sunday, of course. I think it's on CBS, I believe. I think whatever. But yeah, looking forward to the game. I mean, the hype is picking up now for me a little bit. To be honest, the last like 10 days, I haven't really cared. And today, doing the podcast with Kyle, and I'm talking to you about it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Now I'm starting to get, because the 2 week gap is it's long. It is long.
Yeah.
It really is. So
because there's no football.
there's none. I mean, did you watch Pro Bowl?
I watched like 2 minutes and had to turn that crap off.
I watched the highlights of Malik Neighbors. That's about it. Other than that, was like garbage. Like, well, this is like what are we doing here? Whatever. All right, let's.
I only watched some of the skill. I watched 2 minutes of a skills competition. I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, let me get your reaction now. NBA's talk now. Let me get your reaction to the trade heard around the world on Saturday night. To say I was shocked was beyond belief, but I mean, I'm not the only person. No one saw this coming. Luka Doncic going to the Lakers, for Anthony Davis, and obviously pieces, crossing. I mean, for all the talk about Jimmy Butler for last month, and to have Luka cut the line of this, say, nah, we got this. I guess I spoke my piece right on 2 podcasts this week already about the trade. I want to get your thoughts on it. I know you and I talked about it on text right when it happened. First off, where the hell were you when you? Because I know I put it in our chat with me, you, and Chris. Where were you at midnight when I put it in the chat? Where were you when you found this out?
Oh, I was counting sheep, baby.
You ready to sleep?
I was dead asleep. I woke up around like 5. Yeah, about 5:10, 5:15 in the morning. Saw your text and I had to take the dog for a walk.
Yeah.
And then
were you stunned? Were you stunned?
Okay, so you know how I feel about every GM in the NFL who wouldn't trade 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson.
Correct.
This dude for Dallas should never have a front office job in the NBA again. You should not even be an assistant GM. You should not be a VP. You should not be allowed to have any kind of management position for any organization in the NBA.
Yeah.
You got nothing. To hear, well, we were concerned about his health and, defense wins championships. First off, all these teams who have great defenses that win championships, they also have a top 5 offense. It almost goes hand in hand when they have a top defense, they also that same year have a top offense. So I hate that BS. But you're concerned about a guy, well, he might be 250, 260 right now. He didn't really take his conditioning serious. You trade him for a guy who is 6 years older, and his nickname is Street Clothes.
Yeah.
Like, you are being so dishonest to your fan base. You should just come out and say, hey, My owner, they're cheap. They didn't want to pay a guy the max contract because they're only here to collect TV revenue money.
Yeah.
And they're not smart enough to realize they get portion of TV sale or jersey sales, seat sales, and putting in a guy like AD. Guess what? We're not going to sell seats. We're not going to sell jerseys. But to not go out and ask every other GM in the NBA what they would offer so that you could get more than one first round pick 4 years from now is ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back and some of the listeners repeat what you said on text that next morning about the trade. You said for Dallas you didn't get it at all. For the Lakers, this is huge. That was one part. The second point you made also too, you said was that LeBron James no longer has any say in the franchise. That part I actually agree with you on that one. I think the Lakers now are pivoting from this era. LeBron, the Lakers always had this. The Lakers, for the most part, have always had a succession plan, somewhat, in their history, and that was a thing we've been speculating the last couple of years. The Lakers, okay, LeBron's getting older. Obviously, he's 40, still great, but still 40 years old. AD was supposed to be a succession plan, but that hasn't been as smooth as they would probably like it. And we've said that AD's health, for example, AD not being happy playing the five. There's been a lot of things there that has made it a little bumpy at times. They won a title together, granted in the bubble, but they won a title regardless. It still counts in the record books. So in essence, the Lakers here, like in the short term, I've been saying this last 2 episodes. In the short term, the Mavericks are a title contender. I think this move. No. Why no?
You have an offensive weapon who has never carried his team, right? And Kyrie Irving has never led a team outside of the Lakers. Or not outside of the Lakers, outside of LeBron.
Oh, LeBron, right.
He has never carried a team.
Right.
Now you put in AD, who is really a laissez-faire kind of guy. He doesn't really care. Now, he cares about competition on the court, but leading his teammates, that's not what he's been about. Even from the bubble, the reason why the Lakers won was because of him. He was the better player. But he never had that dominant mouthpiece to speak up for himself and be like, I'm the reason why. He still sat and was willing to play second fiddle to LeBron. And so I don't see how this makes them better. Then you factor in the fact he is nowhere near. You can say he's a two-way player, but his two-way greatness still doesn't compare to Luka's offensive greatness. He's just not good enough. You look at Luka. He took a team to the Western Conference Finals 3 years ago against Golden State with basically nothing. And he got them to the conference finals.
Oh, they're sending Jalen Brunson, but we didn't know how good he was going to be at the time.
Yeah. Then you put one extra offensive weapon with him, and he goes to the finals. They're not going to get that. They'll be lucky to even make the playoffs now. I'm talking beyond the play-in
right tournament. Now? This year?
Yeah. They won't get out of the play-in tournament, in my opinion.
Oh wow, that's a take. Okay, so right now I'm looking up right now currently tonight. I don't think they play 9-9, but right now the Dallas Mavericks, as we speak here, is number 11 in the. So right now they're not even playing right now. Currently, they are right now 3 back of the 60. They are now technically there's a 4-way tie for the play-in between them, the Kings, the Suns, and the Warriors. We'll see how the Kings what they do in the next couple of days in terms of trade value and not because there's rumors about Jimmy Butler maybe going there next 2 days.
No.
That's the only thing right now that's going right now, and it's the only place we want to go to. The Warriors might make a movie before the deadline. The Kings this added Zach LaVine after trading De'Aaron Fox. That's in the second. You're saying right now that you don't see this team competing at all.
I I because I'm not looking at the standings to know who's 12th, 13th, and 14th. I know there's going to be a huge drop off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure they can get to the 10th spot for a play-in game that they're going to lose.
That is a take in itself. Well, look, I think the big caveat here, and this is where I'll probably, even though I disagree with you overall about the Mavericks, where I will give you credit here is this: everything I said about the Mavericks being a title contender now is all dependent on health, depending on Kyrie's health, depending on AD's health, Clay's health. They also added today Caleb Martin. They traded for Caleb Martin today. I don't know if you saw that. A nice piece, nice ancillary piece to another wing. No, it doesn't hurt. But again, they're in a bit of a hole right now. They're right now, as I said, 11 in the West currently. But again, 4-way tie for the play-in. I do think health is going to matter, and that's 80's credit. Last 2 years it's been pretty decent. He's been really good with taking his body. Now, does that hold up going forward? I don't know, but the window for the Mavericks is really at the most 3 years, and that includes this year. It doesn't include 3 years starting next year. It's 3 years including. It's just 2.5 years is a window.
I will give them this year, next, and that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
for the
that's
Lakers,
for playoff contention, not title contention. Playoff contention.
Lakers, obviously you got another generational player now. I think the biggest story for me with this and the Lakers angle isn't necessarily Luka anymore, because everybody's trying to figure out, oh, well, LeBron and Luka fit. I don't see that working out, man. I don't see it, and I think LeBron will be. I don't think LeBron will be there more than a year.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think LeBron came out and said he's not being traded this year because he sees this as maybe Luka can carry me to a finals this year.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not ready to give up ball control.
Yeah.
He will never give up ball control.
And he should.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, I think the Lakers have a better chance this year than Dallas. And I
really?
Oh, yes. If Luka comes back healthy, which I believe he will, and they'll make the playoffs.
If they get a big first, I'll buy that if they get a big by Thursday.
Oh, I could care less if they get a big or not.
Wow. I never thought I would hear Zach actually disrespect Anthony Davis what he would have today. Considering how you've been an AD guy for the last couple of years, say the AD's the best guy in the Lakers.
He carried the Lakers. He carried the Lakers.
That's my point. So why can't he do that in Dallas and a happy situation now where he's playing for?
Because he's playing along Kyrie Irving.
You don't think that'll work?
No.
Oh, boy.
Look, the reason why it worked last year with Kyrie there is because you had Luka controlling the ball.
Yeah.
You know what Kyrie's going to do now?
What?
Let me dribble. 3 seconds to go. I'm either going to take a shot or I'll pass it off. That's it. That team is done.
Wow. That's a hot take, buddy. I'm really stunned. I am really stunned. So, all right. The other trade that happened this week so far, De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs in a 3-way trade. Zach LaVine from Chicago goes to Sacramento. I think it was the Kings, the Spurs, and the Bulls involved in that. Obviously, the obvious part is the angle with De'Aaron Fox going to San Antonio to play Wemby. Look, I told you in the text, I love that the Spurs are not wasting time here. They're going to fast track this situation. Like when Wemby came to the league last year, we all thought, okay, this might be a little process. Give him a couple of years, get his feet on him, then they'll start building around him. Wemby's ready to go. Wemby's ready. I mean, second year in, we already said that Wemby's going to probably be a top 5 player within the next year or so. And he's ready to go. And you get De'Aaron Fox, a guy we both agree a top 25 player in the league. This is definitely gonna fast track. They definitely fast track in this situation with Wemby. I love it.
Oh, so do I. And I think it pushes Chris Paul more to the sideline, allows the offense to open up more for Wemby because Fox will do a pick and roll with him. It'll allow Wemby a better opportunity to develop his scoring ability. So I think it's nothing but a win. And if Jimmy Butler was watching how this trade went down, hey, this is what you do. You don't quit on your team while you're trying to get traded somewhere.
Tell him.
You play your ass off. You show you still care about basketball and care about playing and winning.
Yeah. And on that, killing every trade scenario he has left. He has his it's it from what we understand now, it's Phoenix or bust. I don't know.
And for me, if I was Golden State and he was telling me, "Oh, I'm not going to re-sign with you," I'd be like, "Thank you. I don't want you to re-sign with me because we're not going to offer you a contract beyond your player option next year." No team is going to offer a 36-year-old who doesn't show up for the regular season anywhere near max contract.
Thank you. And someone's got to tell him that. Unfortunately, no one has, and he'll learn. He'll learn.
Like,
he'll learn what
he's made $400 million. He's probably made another 100 to 200 million in endorsements and his side businesses. He ain't hurting, but he's being stupid, and it's hurting his legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Without question. But I think the Spurs. I mean, look, I'm looking at the Spurs for not for this year because I think right now they're a bit of a hole. They're like 4 back or 3 back of the play-in. I think it's just too crowded in play-in at this point to make a ground. I think next year going forward is where you look at the Spurs as like, okay, can this team now compete at a high level? I think the West is wide open. I think the West is still open. Like obviously OKC is great. Denver is gonna be really good, obviously, but after those two teams, there's space for teams to make splash.
And see, I think they have a real shot at making the play-in. And if they were to make the play-in, I would be really scared of them.
Interesting.
You're gonna have.
You mean this year?
Player of the year? Yes, this year.
They're 4 back now, but they got to summon some games now. And Fox has got to get in, acclimated that team now.
Yeah, well, I see the Kings probably struggling a little bit with Zach LaVine. Golden State, if they don't find a truly competent second scorer to trade for, I don't see them making the play-in.
No.
And like I said, I don't see Dallas there, so I think they have a real shot.
Zach with the hot takes here, man. My God. Jeez.
Simple math, baby. Simple math.
Yeah. Final thing, get you out of here. Final thing. Jimmy Butler is what's happened to him? He stays Miami?
He gets suspended for the rest of the season at the trade deadline. Look, he is a cancer. He's gonna get suspended. The Heat are gonna find a way to suspend him for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. He's ready to suspend indefinitely right now.
Yeah. So then he's gonna try and take his player option in the next year so that he can get paid. But he's gonna have the same attitude. No one's gonna want to work with him.
No.
You cost yourself $107 million over these next 2, and he was getting offered over $100 million in an extension. So he's cost himself probably $200 million because he's dumb as fuck.
Yep, I can't disagree with that one at all. I think he's handled this thing poorly, and he's going to pay for it dearly on the back end. Trust me.
Yeah, because
teams are watching, dude.
Look, teams are watching. Nobody wants Bradley Beal's contract. They just don't want that contract.
No, not only the contract, they want the no trade clause.
Yeah, that exactly. So who wants to pay a guy $50+ million for 16 points or less? It just doesn't happen.
Why would Phoenix consider getting rid of Kevin Durant though in this deal? I keep hearing that Phoenix is actually exploring the possibility of moving KD. Wouldn't Butler want to play with KD?
I think the reason is they've seen the writing on the wall. They cannot compete with that big 3 of Bradley Beal, Durant, and Booker.
So you get rid of a 36-year-old player for another 36-year-old player who's actually worse than the 36-year-old player you're getting rid of.
Well, you're not trading Durant for Butler. They're going to trade Durant to some other team.
The rumors is that they may try to. Well, we'll see. I mean, yeah, maybe. But he will take the Durant in a heartbeat. I'll take Durant in a heartbeat.
Most teams would take Durant in a heartbeat. Like, there's a better chance Durant goes back to Golden State in a trade.
I'm glad I mentioned that because there's been some rumors about like maybe Golden State gets involved in that. I think there's a good chance that KD and LeBron end up in the Warriors before the career's over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I don't see LeBron with the Lakers next year.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't see Bronny with the Lakers next year.
I actually think when they say LeBron did not know about this trade, I kind of believe him.
So do I, because I think they cut the legs out of not just LeBron but Clutch Sports.
Yeah. This is the Lakers taking control of their franchise again.
Yeah. And if this is true and they really did cut the legs out of Clutch Sports, dude, Clutch Sports players that they represent, y'all are screwed.
Why is that?
Well, the whole point was because you had the King and LeBron James there, who the NBA was still bowing down to. If the Laker franchise is willing to say, yeah, no, we don't need you anymore, then the NBA doesn't need you anymore.
Yeah. Well, definitely. And my initial thought was like, oh, LeBron should know about this trade. I thought about like, why would Lakers tell him this? Like, Lakers looking forward to the next 10 years, not the next year or two.
Well, I mean, they had the early 2010s, most of the 2010s, where they were in disarray, but
yep. Well, we shall see. Trade deadline's like I said, less than 48 hours away. You think Jimmy stays in Miami, then gets suspended for rest? Well, they continue the suspension through the rest of the year, and they go from there.
I won't even want to show my face on your show if Jimmy Butler gets traded. That's how shocked I would be.
Well, so far it sounds like the only suitor right now is Phoenix. So we shall see how it plays out. Anyway, Zach, good job by you. Good luck with your picks and your prop bets. You gonna be gambling a lot this Sunday?
Yeah, I want to be betting on how many times we see Taylor Swift and how long the national anthem goes.
Yeah,
traditional bets.
Who's singing that national anthem? You know?
I have no idea.
It kind of matters though.
Look, when I get down to Hard Rock and I decide to start being stupid.
Oh, you going down there?
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, I'll probably just go to like Coconut Creek.
Oh shit! Okay, play some cards too.
It's probably Saturday night. Yeah.
Nice, you bastard.
You gotta do something after working four straight nights.
I mean, not only that, you work so much now. Use that money to put something, towards gambling, something.
I'm using that for an Alaska trip, man.
That's true. In June, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, buddy. Good luck by you. Good luck on your picks. And another great year of doing this. Eaters Degenerate.
All right, man.
So very good. We'll talk later, right?
Luck.
All right, buddy.
Later.
Be good. Later, bud.
Thank you.